confess your sins to me.
Today, we have 5 strangers coming into the booth to give us 5 live confessions.
My boss ain't know. My family ain't know.
I can't really look at horses the same way. I can't really take a shower.
Something, do you feel guilt having seen his dick? You were hoping. Were you hoping?
I was praying.
You have sinned.
You wanted to make this real anonymous.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like,
So
hey.
you wouldn't say this turd was demure. You wouldn't say that. But before we get into that, I got to promote some dates. NoelMillerLive.com. I got 10 stops left this year. And Philly, I'm coming out later this month to film my new hour. So if you're going to come see me in October or November, NoelMillerLive.com. Go buy a ticket. But with that being said, let's get into this first confession. What do you have to confess today?
My grandfather used to have this like tub of Halloween masks, and he would absolutely terrorize the grandkids with them and just scare that ever-loving shit out of us. And he would, I had one of those like little horse things that like horse head on a stick, and he'd put that mask on it, and he would just lean it around the corner of a door and just put it right. So it was nonstop terror, and we decided to get him back one night while he was taking a shower. And
Scaring an old man in the shower.
And we put the horse stick thing up near the window and tapped on the window, and he wasn't turning around, so we had to kind of climb up there and knock on it ourselves. And he turned around and screamed, and we kind of saw everything. And
What do you mean everything?
we saw a full peen, full bush.
So you saw your grandfather's dick.
I did, and it is ingrained in my memory.
Yeah. Ingrained in your grandma too?
He wasn't lacking either. That was the worst part, I think.
This is a humble brag?
This isn't a humble brag.
Because grandfathers are the ones that pass the dicks. I don't know if you know that.
Talk about the genes.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
so you scare grandpa, he turns around and he shows you his big fat cock.
Yeah. And we were more scared than ever, and the competition kind of stopped after that. And in fact, we kind of never talked about it again. He brought it up recently, though, so it's not like he forgot.
So, okay, time out. How old are you when you pulled off this scare?
I was probably 7, 8.
Okay. And did you have cousins that assisted with this? Was this
Just my brother and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old is your brother?
He was probably 9 or 10 at the time.
Okay, so you climb up into a window, you try to scare grandpa, and he scares you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the second time a horse has gotten you.
Yeah.
So I guess as far as a confession, is this just like something, do you feel guilt having seen his dick?
I feel guilt not being able to let it go, maybe.
Is this something that really plagues you?
It is, actually. The rest of the family does know about it. I don't know if they know what the children
He's got a
saw.
big wiener? The family knows he's got a big wiener?
No, I don't know. No. None of the family knows he's packing except my brother and I, unfortunately.
And your grandma.
But just and my grandma. I hope she knows. I really hope she knows. She might not.
How long have they been together?
Oh, they got married when I was born. They don't have any kids together, so this is my step grandfather.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this ain't
So
even
for all-
familial meat.
She might not even know.
So do you see him often?
I do. We lived with him my entire life.
Okay.
Every morning at breakfast.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Now I'm understanding why this was painful.
Yeah.
So
And it still is.
it was that vivid? I've seen my dad's dick once.
Well, I like in retrospect, maybe how you might exaggerate some things as a kid. Maybe I had exaggerated the sizes of things.
Sure. Oh, that's true. Yeah, because you don't know.
I don't know.
I think you got to ask him to see it again. Just an important detail to me is that this is your This is your step grandfather.
Yeah.
So no relation at all.
No.
So really, when you were 7, you just saw some guy's dick. That's not familial meat. That's just a guy's dick.
When you put it like that.
You just have the memory of some guy's wiener in your head.
Shit.
Because, I'm sure he loves you, but that's just a dude.
Well,
If he was there pre-birth, it's not like, oh yeah, her 2 grandkids just saw my wiener. He knows you since you were babies, right?
yeah. I think he came around right when I was born. So I don't remember a time
Without
him.
Yeah, so he is grandpa, but he also is some guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he is. Really kind of takes all the air out of it.
Have you ever thought about it that way?
Well, we never called him Grandpa, we just called him Robert.
No shot. No shot. You call him Robert. You saw his wiener at 7, and for your whole life, you've been calling him Robert? This guy has...
Well, because, yeah. Well, it's my mom's stepdad, so she...
So you saw your grandpa's dick at 7. You've never stopped thinking about it.
No.
Has this affected you in the bedroom?
Yeah.
Be for real. You're not thinking about grandpa's dick in the bedroom.
No.
That's one way to stay.
I think about those Halloween masks, though.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So you share this moment. You all take an oath of silence. You've never brought it up. This is your first time admitting it out loud.
Yes.
Does your mom know about this?
I think she does. I can't remember. I think my brother has a much more vivid memory of this and probably knows a little bit more than I do.
Could he draw it from memory?
I think he could. I think I could too.
I don't care, but the rest of the congregation, the other priests are interested.
I'll see if I can get at least a description.
They would be fine if you even just like a sketch artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a fugitive kind of drawing. It's
the priests actually they're texting me now. They have some questions. They just want to know: is this like a World War I helmet, or is this more like a skateboarder helmet?
Ooh. Probably closer to I'm like a Vietnam era. Like Full Metal Jacket kind of thing going on. Like there's a lot of lip. There's a lot of lip. That rounded mushroom tip,
Nice.
That, again, that's just how I remember it. I can't tell you that that's fact.
Oh man, I think you need to go to the source. I think you, your brother, and your step grandfather need to sit down and just call it what it is and say, we saw it. And you showed it.
And we're proud of it.
Actually, that would be very powerful. If you looked at him and you say, I'm proud of grandma. I think she makes good choices. And I just want to let you know that I'm proud of you too. I think that might just tie it all up together for you guys.
Wow.
Probably because he could tie his around both of yours and still have some extra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just going to prescribe you, 10 Hail Marys.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hail Grace.
Can't believe you guys are making me feel crazy for punching my dad in the nuts. Sound off in the comments if you've ever punched your dad in the nuts intentionally. I have. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, BetterHelp. You know something I'd love to learn? How to make $1 billion. That'd be cool. Kids are always learning and growing, but as adults, sometimes we lose that curiosity, you know? Well, what's something you'd like to learn? Gardening, a new language, how to start a diamond mine. Therapy can be a way to reconnect with your sense of wonder, because your back to school era can come at any age, right? Never too late to learn. That's what they say in the business. It's never too late to want to learn how to start a diamond mine, but you can have a diamond mind as well. So that's what it takes. Razor sharp wit to make $1 billion. Therapy can be a great way to gain a larger understanding of yourself. It's not just for those who have experienced major traumas. You can learn positive coping skills and set boundaries, and it can empower you to be the best version of yourself, such as the self that wants to learn how to make $1 billion. If you're thinking of starting therapy, though, you can give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, and it's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/TMG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TMG. This next confession is so wildly personal that this person couldn't come in today, but they did want to call me. So I'm going to field their confession over the phone. Enjoy. Thank you for calling in. What do you want to confess today?
Well, I do have a confession, and it's a little bit of an embarrassing story, but a few years ago, like 5 years ago, I was at work. It was pre-COVID, so we were all in the office in like formal clothes, and I do standing desk at work. So I was standing up working at my desk, and I was on a big celery juice kick. So if there's one thing you take away from this story, it's do not drink celery juice at work. Be near a restroom when you drink celery juice. So I was drinking celery juice and had a whole bottle of it. And all of a sudden I felt like I needed to I needed to fart. So I was like, okay, I'll just like quietly, do that. I'm in the office. And the next thing I knew, there was liquid going down my leg. Bear in mind, I'm in a skirt. Okay. I'm in a skirt. I'm in flats. And the liquid is going down my leg. It goes into my freaking shoe. And I'm like, did I just shit myself at work? And so I'm freaking out. I'm at my desk and I look down and there's poop on the floor. And I was gagged beyond belief. I did not know what to do.
Hold on. When you say gagged, is that because of the smell or just?
No, like I was shocked. I was shook.
All right, shooketh. Got it.
I was shaken to my core. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know how to handle this. Like, what do I do? I'm in an open cubicle. Like, how do I handle this? So then I run into the hallway and I call my then boyfriend, now fiance, and I'm like,
oh, hold on. Hold on. All right.
We're still together even after I poop myself at work. Yes.
That's good. No, I'm very happy.
It's real love. Thank you. Yeah. So I call him and I'm like, what do I do? Like, I just shit myself at work. And he's like, why are you talking to me? Go clean it up. And I was like, you're right. Good point. So I go to the bathroom because I have to clean the poop off my leg and out of my skirt. So I go to the bathroom, I clean myself up. I come back to my desk. I clean up my floor really quickly. And then I tell my coworkers, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go get lunch. I had to go to Target. I had to buy pants. I had to buy new shoes, throw away my old shoes because they had poop in them. And I have to buy Febreze to Febreze my cube so it doesn't smell like celery juice infused feces. And I come back, I Febreze my cube, and I'm like, oh, it just smells a little bit in the office today, don't you think? So then I Febrezed everybody else's cubes to, be nonchalant in a way that was completely nonchalant.
Yeah.
And
I like that you.
That's the story.
I like that you looked at your coworkers. You said, "You think it smells kind of off? I shit in here."
I didn't say that part. I had to play it off and basically project the blame and gaslight all of my coworkers. But I'm pretty confident they all knew and just nobody told me.
I think you gaslit them pretty well.
because
But yes, continue.
I tried. I'm pretty sure they all knew because when I was Febrezing, as one does, our controller, like our finance person, looked at me as if I was crazy and like was just laughing. And I was like, oh my God, she totally knows. Like everyone knows I shit my pants. It was bad. And then I told my best friend and she told her coworkers, and they now know me as the girl who pooped herself. So that's great for me.
So I have a couple questions, because I think, well, first of all, thank you for sharing this with us.
Sure.
Well, okay, I do want to double back to the turd real quick. So you don't remember what it sounded like when it hit the ground. Do you remember how big the turd was?
Oh my gosh. I want to say it was the size of like a sweet potato. If I'm recalling correctly. This was years ago, easily over 5 years ago at this point. But the story has lived on.
So you shit a yam is what you're saying. You dropped a yam.
Yep. I did. A liquidy yam. Yep.
All
and then
right.
I had to clean it up and put it in my trash can under my cubicle.
So, okay, so when you ran to wipe the celery juice off your inner thighs and calf, you just let the yam kind of sit there for a while?
Listen, I know it's not logical, but I was like, what do I do? I was panicked. And then I was like, is this going to be an HR issue? Are they going to think that I need like, special support for medical needs, which like no hate on that by any means. I just didn't want to make them think that because I don't need that.
How do you know that there aren't 4 or 5 HR complaints about the lady who duked herself? You don't, right?
I don't because, no one spoke to me. I don't know.
All right. So when it was chilling there on the floor and then you called your now fiance, which, he may have liked this just between, but so then you run back. How do you excavate the yam? Like, where did you put it to?
Yeah, it was a quick excavation. We had like an open concept kind of office. And I ran over to like the kitchen area, I feel like. Well, I didn't run. I tried to power walk casually and not look panicked, but I'm sure that I did look panicked. And I got some paper towels and just was trying to like be chill, be like, oh, I just need to wipe my nose with a huge pile of paper towels.
Yeah.
And I went back to my cube, wiped up the yam dookie situation, and I put it in my trash can under my cubicle desk, which was probably a horrible decision, but I did buy Febreze. So God bless the Febreze.
So did you just leave it for the cleaning crew at night?
Yes, I did. And I didn't think about that until you said that right now.
Oh my God.
I know. It's so tragic. I think back to like for the cleaning folks, because those poor people, they come in late at night and
They
they're
probably looked
like,
at that and they thought, wow, this company's horrible. They don't even let them go to the bathroom. They just got to dump it right here in the trash can.
Seriously. I know. I know. And then like my shoes, like I literally had to put them in the dumpster behind our office.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't put those in the regular trash can because my coworkers would be like, where'd you put your shoes?
Yeah. I mean, that would have been a good image for the cleaning crew. Just a big fat turd and 2 shoes.
They would probably have needed a drink. We had alcohol in the fridge and they would have needed it.
So first of all, are any of your coworkers potentially still in the dark about this?
Probably all. Well, I would like to think all of them, but only 3 of them still work there. I no longer work there. So,
and this was you did this at a standing desk in a cubicle.
Yes.
And the celery juice is what did it. The celery has like a lot of fiber or something?
That's a great question that I don't have the answer to. It was, I think, a combination of celery juice and coffee. And my body just said, nope. And that left us in that position. Yeah.
All right. Do you recall what the turd felt like?
Oh my God. Liquid.
Just
liquid.
Pure water?
Not pure water, but liquidy. And I thought it was just like, God, this is so gross. You know when you fart, but it's like a wet fart, kind of like.
Yeah, I don't think that's gross. I think that's nature. But continue.
Well, it's not ladylike, but that's what I thought it was going to be. So I was like, okay, it's fine. And then I looked down and there was liquid on my leg and on the floor. Like
So you wouldn't say this turd was demure. You wouldn't say that.
It was not demure. It was not cutesy. It was not mindful.
Because that was my next question is, when it hit the floor, do you remember the sound it made?
Oh gosh. I can't say I do, but I remember it making some kind of a sound, and I looked down and I was like, you have to be kidding me. Like, what do I do? Like, how do I handle this? And I wish I could say this is the only time I've pooped myself as an adult, but sadly it's not, because I also run, and if you run, you know that happens often when you run distance.
Yeah, you guys are notorious for the poopy pants.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just thankful for you to be sharing this, because I think most people would shit themselves at work and kill themselves. But I am so proud of you in ways for doing that and then just soldiering it out. And
Thank you.
we just want to thank you for coming into the booth today and offering this this information to us. Is there anything else you'd just like to say, just generally, or do you feel absolved?
I feel absolved. Thank you. And know that if you poop yourself at work, it's okay. More people have done it than you think.
Wow. And there's no part of you that thinks maybe diapers should come earlier, before 50?
Oh, 1,000,000%. I literally was thinking about it this morning. I was like, maybe I should wear them overnight because I pee so much in the night that I wake up my fiance. So maybe they're coming soon. Like, I am not even kidding.
You're a bedwetter as well?
No, like I pee. Like,
got it. Okay, I was gonna say.
I do not wet the bed, guys.
Everywhere
to be
but
clear.
the toilet. All right.
Allow me to clarify. Yeah. I use the toilet when needed, unless it's an emergency or I'm like in the wilderness or running or something.
Got it. What would you like to confess?
So, back in like 2014, I'm originally from and I was the guy that made it out. And there was this girl that I liked when I was in elementary school, but I never really pursued it. So my best friend, who was my best friend, he was with her for 2 years, and then they broke up. We had a going away party for me for, going to New York. The next day, I literally was leaving the next day, right? All right, this is where it goes bad. So, long story short, we end up getting into some things, and we did some foreplay. Can I say that on here, or are we still in church?
You want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
You can say whatever you want in church,
so
in my opinion.
Yeah, so I was sucking on. No, just one. No, she just put her body on me. I'm just I'm liking this. So I gave it all. I gave in, and she ended up having a kind of smell that I didn't like. I know. Yeah, we had sex, and we did it again. I didn't regret it the second time, and I ended up moving to New York the next day. The next day, her best friend texted me randomly hey, I'm so happy you moved to New York. Please stay in contact. I end up talking to her best friend, and we end up developing a relationship. She ends up coming to New York, and obviously we had sex. And the other
Obviously,
girl, you coming out to New York? What are you coming out to New York for? To see the big buildings? Come on now. I just didn't feel like I needed to be in a relationship with her because I was in New York,
right?
And she was in.
Right.
I couldn't, in the back of my head, I'm like, now I didn't mess with her best friend. I didn't mess with her, and I really don't want to be attached to her.
So
but
you're the homie hopper.
Ooh, I'm the homie. Ooh, godly. I've changed my ways. I'm not like this anymore.
All right. Because I know people like to put homie hopper on girls, but
I definitely was the homie hopper in the 2010s.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me, Lord. My friend can never know about this story. He's my best friend.
And you're still friends with him.
I talk to this guy every day. I literally just talked to him before I came on this podcast. I'm so sorry. Cannot make this up. We talk every day.
How do you think he'd feel if he knew that you were homie hopping?
If he found out that I did something with his ex, he would probably be so mad at me. We wouldn't fight, but he wouldn't talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he love her?
He did love her, and I helped him out with his relationship. It's like I didn't hate on the relationship. I loved it. I loved everything about the relationship. It's just randomly that happened.
It looks so good to you from the outside. You felt, hey,
No.
man,
Oh,
let me get a little bit of that for myself.
I had to get a little taste, but I'm not. see, I'm really not like that, and I really did feel bad about it. But then I'm like, you know what? It's over. It's been like 10 years. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean?
That's
8 years.
fair.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. So.
But you said you had another story.
Yeah, I got another story. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, yeah, after moving to New York, I met another girl, and we were together for about 4 years, right?
And you cared about her?
I loved her so much.
You loved her?
I definitely loved her so much. Yeah.
Was there any point in the 4 years you thought this could be it for me?
It was over. I turned in my player card. I was over. It was over. It's like every day that was my girl.
So
like,
you were ready to lock it down?
Locked it down. She locked me down. So you know what I mean? We were technically locked down.
Okay.
But yeah, she has a fine ass mom. I will say that. Shout out to women with fine ass moms. I don't know how y'all fucking do it, but this girl's mom was fine as, I'm talking about, her mom looked like J-Lo in like the 90s. You feel me? Yeah, her mom was 90s fine, and she was always just around giving me compliments, like randomly saying like, oh, I love when you take your hair down. I love when you wear your afro out. I'm just like, you tell me that almost every day.
Right.
But yeah, it all went left when she one day told me that I would love to clone you so I can have someone to date. I'm just
Her mom told you this?
Yes, in front of her.
In front of your girlfriend?
Yes.
How does your girlfriend at this point in time respond?
She did not like it. I saw her face. She did not like it. In my head, I'm loving it.
But did she say anything, or she just didn't react?
She didn't react. And she told me later she hates that her mom said that.
Had her mom acted like that to any of her previous partners?
I don't know. And I think that her mom hated every boyfriend before me.
Right.
So I got in right on time.
Okay.
But anyway, one time my girlfriend was out of town for work, and her mom's there. She's like, you can stay with me and you just stay on the couch. I'm like, I'll stay on the couch. But I'm not thinking that I'm going to have sex with somebody's mom.
You're not thinking it.
I want it. I do want it.
You were hoping. Were you hoping?
I was praying. Okay. But yeah, so I'm at the house, and she comes downstairs while I'm watching the movie. It's nighttime now. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be asleep. It's like 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So she sits down. She's like, do you want to smoke? I'm like, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
Smoke? That's exactly what I said. I'm like, oh, my God, am I the luckiest man in the world or what? So we end up smoking, and she like sitting closer and closer and closer to me, and brother, she puts her hand on my lap, and then she just starts moving up. I'm like, this is crazy. So I took her in the room, and I did my thing in less than 2 minutes.
So was there a thought in your mind about your girlfriend in this moment?
In that moment, I wasn't even thinking about my girlfriend. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, how can I'm thinking about not finishing fast. Like, how the hell am I thinking about my girl? I'm trying to not finish so fast. 1, 2, 3, how many planes are flying right now? I'm trying to not, So, yeah, I did that. And
do you feel some type of way when people say motherfucker?
Yes, I definitely feel like.
Is that phrase different for you now?
It definitely hits harder now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's you.
I am a motherfucker. Motherfucker, however you want to say it, that's me.
All right, so you sleep with her mom.
I sleep with her mom, and we never talked about it. Like, soon as I was done, I got off of her, and I just went to sleep on the couch. She fixed me breakfast in the morning. That's crazy. That's wild. But yeah, she fixed me breakfast, and that's it. We never, ever talked about it.
And how long did you date your girlfriend after that?
I dated for her about 2 more years after that.
So you continued to date her for 2 years?
Yes. I sound horrible.
So you never told her?
Never told her, and I will never tell her. That was the past. I'm different.
How can we believe that, though? Are you with someone now?
No, I'm single.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. I haven't been fucking nobody's mom or grandmother or anybody, so.
Because what I see is a guy who you can't let near your mom
Golly.
or your best friends or
Golly.
your exes.
Fuck. And it's not, the crazy thing is, it's like, people always say they're a cool person. I'm just like, I'm me. You know what I mean? Like, people love to be around me. I've always class clown when I was a kid. So
Right.
I've always had just a large amount of people just around me.
Yeah.
And
you just gotta
that's-
fuck them all.
man, listen, when you grow up, I was like 4'11" in 7th, 8th grade. So when I got through puberty, I'm like, yeah, I gotta get my revenge. You feel me?
Was everyone in 7th and 8th grade fucking that bad that you're like, I'm missing out?
No, they weren't fucking. I was undersized. People didn't look at me like, ooh, I want to date him.
Right.
That's
right.
my little brother. You get what I mean? They were
Right.
looking at me like, that's a little brother. And then
Yeah.
I got tall.
Yeah.
And then I started fucking on the moms. You dig?
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming in and telling us.
Thanks for hearing me out, man. Honestly, please don't judge me after this. I know I told you so much, but I can't make it up. You told me to confess and I did, right? Here we are.
I'm just more what's more scary to me is that you could just roll this, that you have enough of this, you know.
I got more. That's what's really sick.
I can tell. You know, I've known a few guys like you in my life.
Golly.
And-
Not like guys like you.
Yeah, guys
But
like you. It's guys like you. All right. Plenty of experiences. And what always freaks me out about you guys is the calmness you have when you tell these stories. Because, you know, a regular person, if they experience one of these,
Yeah.
they'd go in, like, I know people right now, if they hooked up with someone's mom, you know, they would just go down a bad
Go
path. They'd
crazy,
probably wake up
yeah.
the next day and be like, I
I
should.
smoke crack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't smoke crack, but yeah.
Yeah, but you're very relaxed about all this. So, yeah, I just want you to find peace, and you know, I pray for you that one day the fucking stops.
The motherfucking, right?
Motherfuckers.
The fucking probably won't stop, but the motherfucking probably will. I
Yeah.
eat fruits and veggies, so the fucking probably won't ever stop. Not gonna lie to you. But yeah. Hey, Ma. But yeah.
All right, well, thank you, man, for being here. Thank you for giving this confession.
Thank you
I
for
hope
having
you walk out in this world a little bit more healed and, you know, just you
I
know,
already feel cleansed.
yeah. Time to fuck someone else's mom. What would you like to confess today?
I'd like to confess that K-pop ruined my life.
Could you tell us how it ruined your life?
Explain that a little more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the short version of it is I'm not a K-pop fan, but it did take over my entire life in the form of taking over my girlfriend's life.
Got it.
And she became, I guess you could call it obsessed with K-pop, but it changed her personality and altered our relationship in a way you can't go back on, you know.
Interesting. So once you pop, you don't stop.
Well, I stopped. I mean, I stopped.
You stopped dating her?
I stopped dating her. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well, the thing is, yeah, she got.
How did she get into K-pop?
She was a huge Coldplay fan. We're both big music people. You know,
Right.
we go to festivals and stuff. We love music. But she was a big Coldplay person. And then Coldplay does some crossover with BTS. And that's what got her into it. And I mean, I'll be honest here. Like I'm almost 40, and so is she. So it's like a little late to be jumping into changing your personality for
Right.
K-pop. You know,
Right.
it was noticeably weird to everyone, kind of.
What do you think, just in your opinion, is the age where like you are who you are?
I mean, I feel like you should kind of know who you are around early 30s.
Sure. Yeah.
Like you should be like, okay, I get it. Like this is what and you can get into new hobbies. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but
no,
it's
right. Like if you're 37 and you're like, hey, I enjoy this K-pop stuff, it's fine to listen.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But if you're 37 and you start coming home and you're like, baby, I'm Army, that's a
right.
little...
You change your style, change the way you talk and stuff. Like
Right.
that's a little weird. There was just a noticeable difference in her, and everyone was like, all right, this is kind of odd. Maybe it's a phase or whatever.
Okay.
But at some point, she's spending all of our money on this. She's like flying to shows and stuff. Because we lived in New York. I'm from New York. I'm only out here because this happened.
I know there's a bunch of East Coasters listening to this right now and they went, oh my God. Because people on the East Coast, they have this thing where they just cannot fathom ever volunteering to live in Los Angeles. So that's crazy hurt. Are you comfortable sharing potentially like a ballpark range of how much cash you're down?
Many thousands. Yeah. It was just like, well, I guess I haven't explained the whole thing. So
yeah. So go ahead.
So
yeah.
basically,
she's draining your accounts.
She's draining our accounts. She's flying out here to go to shows. She's flying. She's wasting a lot of money, and it's like I'm not going. Also, I'm not going along. I don't want to spend the money. I'm not a big fan, and I trust her. It's not weird to fly to her show or whatever at first, but eventually, it's really taking over like our finances and stuff. And she's got kind of a new group of friends that are all obsessed with K-pop.
And are they all 40?
I don't know, because the thing is, she doesn't do social media too. And here's I want to know your opinion about this. If someone doesn't do social media, I think if you don't do any social media, you're either very sane or very insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you're hiding from something.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's unfortunately it's a double edge.
Yeah.
Like, are you just so chill like that?
Right.
Or what are you hiding?
Exactly. And in this case, I think it was the hiding thing, because like she said she hated social media, wasn't into that stuff. But she gets all these new friends. She's got a group chat and text, and I noticed that there's only one person in this group text that there's no name. There's just a number. And on your phone, if there's a group text, you'll have a bunch of names and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not snooping through her phone. I just can see this over time. Like there's one number she doesn't save, So I'm starting to feel kind of weird about this.
Right.
Eventually,
she's not texting Domino's.
Exactly. Domino's ain't in this group chat.
Right.
There's no reason for that. Right. But so eventually, I do snoop through her phone. I get that number. I do a reverse number search. Look it up. It's some guy, and I'm like, okay, why? The only number you're not saving is this guy. So immediately, my insecure vibe. I'm just detecting something's going on. Is my first thoughts, and that's exactly what was going on. Eventually, because she doesn't do, like I said, she doesn't do social media. I look this guy up, find his name, look him up on social media, and boom, there's a photo dump of a year of him hanging out with her, going to these shows, holding hands. Nothing I could prove.
Right.
But I'm just saying, it's pretty obvious here. This guy doesn't know about me. He's freely posting, not knowing there's anything dangerous about that.
Right.
So, I'm destroyed by this. Obviously, this is crazy. She denies it for a couple days, and then eventually,
is this guy, just based on what you can see, does he seem like he's 40?
He looks just like me.
Okay.
That's
he
another
likes
thing.
K-pop.
Well, yeah. He's like the version of me that likes K-pop, I guess. I don't know. But I was like, wow, you really have a type.
Okay.
So that's also kind of weird. But yeah, she found like a better version of me, I guess. But
depending on who you ask.
Yeah, for her, because I guess this is what she's devoting her fucking life to now. But so
do you call her out?
Yeah, I call her out. She denies it for 2 days. I'm showing her photos. She's saying there's nothing. We're all just friends. I'm like, okay, in this group of people, there's a group of 6 girls and one guy. Why is his arm around just you? It's just like, And eventually she admits it, but she tries to spin it as I didn't support her K-pop stuff. She was like, if you were there at those shows, maybe this wouldn't be going on.
Oh.
I only cheated because you pushed me to this kind of stuff. And it's like, That's some bullshit.
Right.
So I don't know if we're allowed to cuss on this.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course, yeah. No, I know. I'm not a real priest. You can say whatever you want. That's tough, man.
Here's what I'll say. We were together for 7 years, and 2 of that she was into K-pop. And of those 2 years, we were supposed to move up to a bigger, better apartment. We stayed in a studio apartment together for 2 years, specifically because she kept spending the money that was going to be the deposit on these flights, on these concerts. So for 2 years, I endured this tiny, horrible studio apartment specifically for her to fly to cheat on me. Yeah, it's a beautiful world.
Oh my God.
The only good thing about this is if you get cheated on, I don't know anyone out there who's been cheated on, if this happens to you, it's devastating. But this is a weird scenario where it's her interests to me are so embarrassing and cringe that it's helpful. You know what I'm saying? It's if you get cheated on by someone who loves, I don't know, whatever, WWF or whatever it
That's
is,
cool.
Whatever you're not into, I'm saying,
Yeah.
it can help you be like, all right, this person's lame. I mean,
Right.
Because honestly, it's like, I'm of course I'm pissed off and stuff, but I'm also like, man, good luck to this guy. You got to deal with this like 40-year-old woman who's obsessed with K-pop. Like, I'm not doing that, you know. Like,
Right.
I'm thankful I'm not marrying this person
Right.
at this moment in time, you know.
Right. You know, that army,
They can come for you.
they find addresses.
Oh, that's
man.
true.
You know?
That's true. Shit.
Because in terms of fan bases, you know, Swifties burn down homes.
Right.
Fans, they find addresses.
Yeah.
And they mail poop.
Right.
So I just want you to be safe.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, I appreciate it.
So in ways, you're right. If I'm you and my partner leaves me out of an obsession of K-pop, I don't feel badly at all.
Right.
I think
There's some way to let it go and be like,
God
you're
almost
crazy.
gave that to you.
Right. Because I could have married. I could have married this person. This could have happened after we had a kid or something.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't know how to tell my kid that her mother is crazy. You know,
Mommy
like
left because of K-pop.
yeah. Or she's insane. Like, you don't follow her lead. You know, like don't listen to your mother.
Right.
So yeah, I am thankful in that respect.
And maybe also, bro, it speaks to the danger of K-pop in general. Like, clearly that music is hypnotizing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, about this, if you don't speak Hangul, then you don't even know what you're saying. You're just repeating sounds, and you might be literally kind of saying some hypnotic thing to yourself.
Right.
Like, who knows what you're just repeating.
Yeah, what if you're just standing there being like, I love you, I worship you, I need you, I want you, over and over.
You speak it into existence, and then all of a sudden you've pledged your literal allegiance to Korean pop group.
Well, I got to say, man, I don't even know if we have to change your voice in post because it sounds manipulated already. So.
Right. I've been told I have a cartoon voice before.
Yeah, a little bit. But
yeah.
Look, man, I'm sorry you went through that. You know,
Appreciate it, man.
I believe there are other bartenders out there that are not so susceptible to K-pop.
Right.
Because she left you, and it's unfortunate, but we also have to, be careful because for all we know, someone could walk in here with playing on a speaker, and before we know it, you and I are linking up, giving up multiple thousands. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like that music has that power.
That's true. It could be over. We could be in love somewhere far away.
Yeah.
With the right soundtrack.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that.
Nah, that is painful, man. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's the thing is, the other thing that's tough about it is like, it's straight up embarrassing to explain this to people.
Yeah.
Like, my friends and family know, but I didn't put this person on blast because I don't even want to be associated with that myself. I don't want to be like, yo, this person left me for K-pop. That's embarrassing. So
yeah, because it's not even that she left you for another guy that even hurts.
She was motivated by
K-pop. At 40.
At 40.
That feels bad.
To become a new person. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm sitting here talking shit about K-pop, but I think in general, if someone in your life changes entirely at 40, that's just scary.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it could have been anything, really. Yeah. Any hobby that you go, this is now my new identity.
Well, except if it was Magic the Gathering, that'd be cool. But that'd be really cool.
You big Magic guy?
You judging me now?
No.
Is this the other way?
No,
yeah.
My brother's
I am
a big Magic guy. So
You said what?
My brother's a big Magic guy.
Oh yeah. No, I do enjoy.
Okay.
I partake. I'm an enjoyer.
See, this is why you need social media, because then like I could see that and know that about you. I need to know immediately.
Yeah. Well, social media is great because then you can find out if your girlfriend is with someone else.
Right. That's what we need it for.
So do you feel pain over this currently? Are you still?
I mean, this happened in December. When I found out.
Oh my God, this is fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh. But I'm obviously at the point I'm talking about it on podcast, so
Sure,
I'm willing to talk about it to some degree. And like,
yeah,
like I said, like there's pain associated, like any type of betrayal. Whenever you find out someone like you're kind of the joke or whatever.
Sure.
But at the same time, like I said, there's this weird feeling of gratefulness that I'm not the one dating her now.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I can't say I'm fully over it, but I'm definitely in a better place. And like, I left New York, I came out here.
Yeah.
Just starting life. So it's like it's kind of exciting. There's a new life occurring.
You came to the place with the greatest Korean barbecue to get over it. That's good, man. That's what I'm actually gonna advise that you do. I think to really close the door on this. I want you to go to Ukuk in downtown LA.
Ukuk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Gorge yourself with Korean barbecue and feel that healing spirit. I mean, you're a bartender, so you don't drink. Or do you drink?
No. I mean, I used to. But yeah. You do it like 5 years. Then if you want to stay alive, you got to quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But still, you have a 50-foot tall Korean beer.
Yeah.
And 10 pounds of Korean beef. And you sit next to a couple guys and I think you just close the chapter on this and heal. Because I want you to enjoy Korean barbecue.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to eat that and not think about.
I want that for you personally.
Yeah.
Because I've had Korean friends tell me that they'll go to Korea, visit family, and they have Korean barbecue there, and under their hand they'll admit, they say, in LA it's better.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
okay,
that's their opinion.
So we gotta trust it.
Yeah, and so because I don't want you to be closed off to a culture that has a lot to offer.
Right.
By way of this pain.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, you don't want it to turn into a cultural thing. Yeah, this is not Korea's fault.
It's not their fault.
It's not Korea's fault.
It's not their fault that they make this hypnotizing, home wrecking music.
They're stealing your girls. It's not their fault though.
Well, hey man, I'm just gonna say, for the sake of safety, just kind of look to camera and say thank you, Jimin.
Thank you, Jimin.
Yeah, and thank you, Jimin. Thank you. Thanks for sharing this story with us, bro.
Absolutely, man.
Intense.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right. How you doing?
I'm well. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I like the organic shiesty you got on right now.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to make sure I'm unidentified. Well, I don't even know.
Yeah.
People, I'm just trying to make sure I can't be identified.
Yeah. No, I like it. So what would you like to confess today?
Yeah, so my confession is I was a 6-figure corporate America, working in the nonprofit philanthropy space, and I was selling drugs at the same time.
Wow. So pamphlets in the front, baggies out the back.
Yeah, so my closest friend, so basically my job was remote at this nonprofit, and when I took the job, I was living in the Midwest.
Okay.
But this job allowed me to move back home on the East Coast.
Right.
So when I moved back home on the East Coast, I got back into the environment that I grew up in.
Right.
And I was far removed from that. I went to college, got my master's degree. I was just living my best life. However, when I got back home, started hanging around friends. I'm hanging out with one of my friends and, he doing his thing. I'm minding my business, like whatever, But he got into a situation where, he needed an investor, like someone to help re-up. He needed to re-up and he didn't have the money. So we worked out a deal where I would be his investor and he would bring me back money. He would bring me back like a cut.
Yeah, so you're reinvesting in the community.
Right.
You could say.
So I start investing and then I'm making the money is just so easy. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is lovely. I'm not even doing anything.
Let's not say specifics, but when you would make an investment, are we getting 2 times, 3 times?
Always double.
Always
At least double.
At least. So you're doubling up.
Yes.
Where's your headspace at?
I'm loving life, traveling, eating good food, going on dates, buying clothes. It's like shallow stuff, but it's life. We all like to live our lives. Right?
And if I can, what's the frequency? Is this a weekly basis? Bi-weekly?
Oh yeah, weekly. Honestly, 2 to 3 days cycle.
Wow.
Because my friend, he's a felon.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say entrepreneur, but that works too.
Well, meaning that he's been doing this for a long time, so he has a really large clientele. So he was flipped, he was just getting it off,
right?
Just fast, because he's one of them people. He's a people person, and he just had a lot of clientele to where it was going fast.
Right.
However, that it only lasted for 2-3 months with that particular situation.
Okay.
That was my introduction.
Okay.
That was just the introduction. So basically, within 2-3 months, he was like, hey, I'm good. I'm back on my feet. I don't need an investor anymore because I want to start making my own. You know what I'm saying? So mind you, I was a little taken aback, but at the same time, he was like, hey, I won't leave you dry. Here's a plug. I'll give you the plug's contact information. If you want to do it on your own, you could do it on your own.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, this is easy money. I want to do it myself. So Then I started doing it myself after 3 months.
So, all right. So you're out there being the shaman.
I'm out there,
You're healing.
I'm healing, but it's not standing on the corner type joke. Then it's more like, it's like,
this is social connection.
Yes. So this is all through the phone. So like you build out your mates, like you get your strands from the plug. So you break it down.
This is not advice, by the way.
No. This is not advice. So I broke it down by, 70% indica, 30% sativa, whatever the strand was. I would name it. I would, put a graphic, a flyer together. I would put the delivery fee in there. I would give the effects, like this will make you upper, this will make you chill, this will make you hungry.
Are you doing this in notes, or are you like designing it?
Yeah, this is all in Photoshop. This is all in notes.
Okay.
And then, I would screenshot with the photos of the strands, and I would send out a daily menu. So honestly, it was like being an Uber driver. Like that's the closest thing that I could describe it to, was I would send out a daily menu, and people would, make their orders, and I would just be riding around. I was like in some dangerous areas at times too. So like I like to just move quick. So I didn't want to,
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I had this other career. So a part of me was like,
this is just supposed to be,
low key.
Yeah. Just a little low key, little money on the side.
Yeah.
I'm not here to move serious weight.
No, I don't want to get too big. I didn't want to get too big because I feel like that's when the spotlight is on you. I wanted to like be under the radar, making good money so I can travel, so I can like just have a lifestyle. So that was my strategy.
So how quickly are you building up this clientele? Did it take you just like a month and you're locked in and now it's regular?
Yeah, a couple weeks. Word of mouth is huge in any type of entrepreneurship. So like with customer service skills, like I'm just making sure I'm delivering in a timely fashion, that I'm giving people accurate strands, and then like, people tell their friends, they tell their family, and then the word just spreads. So like slowly but surely it started building up. It's just all about putting yourself out there. Like really, you know what the big play is? Going to college campus. So you literally like just go on campus and sit on a bench and just like give out your business card. Like, hey, bud tender, Dr. Feelgood.
And you got a couple fratty kids walking up to you like...
Listen, them the college kids, the ones especially like with the rich parents that like they pay for everything, they was blessing me.
Would this give you a little PTSD? Yo, you got bud?
No PTSD, PTSD. Right. I got what you need, what you looking for. Real quick with it. Dr. Feelgood.
All right. So at this point, are you still Dr. Feelgood, or you're retired in your ways?
No. So I moved to pursue, my dream. So I left. So yeah, that's what stopped me, was moving from my hometown. And honestly, like I have certain goals for myself. Like I think that was just a phase, a chapter of life where, I was just living fast. And I think like the pandemic might have had something to do with it. Like just delirious. Like I just wanted to get outside and just have fun, like I just wanted to live it up. But
if there was ever a time to sell, that was then, because you knew people are just in the house.
Exactly. So I think like it all like coincided together. But no, I am not trapping anymore. But I'm gonna be real with you. I tried.
You tried?
Yeah, it just wasn't working.
Okay.
I got tapped into a plug out here, and I was reaching out to folks, but it's just like out here, it's just everywhere. So it's just like, let me just focus on.
Why are you texting me?
Yeah, I'm just
I don't need this. Okay.
Yeah. But I did try for like a month.
So how much do you think you made in the few years that you were doing it?
Man, I probably made like 50 bands. And what I mean by that is like, 15 to 20K per year. And it's just side money. Just a little extra on the top. For play on top of my salary. Because the thing is, I had a remote job with the nonprofit. So like, I was kind of finessing. Like, it wasn't like a 9 to 5. It was more project based. So like, while I'm on the clock, I'm making deliveries. Like, it was, I was living it up, man. Shout out to the people that live double lives, man. And mind you, no one knew. My boss ain't know. My family ain't know. I was just,
was it a game to you at a point where you're like, man, let me see if I could do this?
Oh yeah. Well, that's what it was. Like my friend, who was doing it, like shout out to him. I love my friend, but I'm like, yo, I'm more strategized than him. I'm smarter than him. Like if he can do it, I can do it. And yeah, he not gonna know I'm saying this, but like, Yeah, I just felt like if he could do it, I can do it.
Hey, listen, man, I'm not making 100. I'm making a G.
No, for sure, man. If you're gonna play the game, you might as well win, right?
Yeah.
But again, I didn't want to get too big. But it was at a good pace. I was just kind of flying under the radar.
Just a cool little G League contract.
Exactly, and that's perfect. No, everyone doesn't have to make it to the NBA. You can make a nice career off the G League.
Yeah, just a little summer league,
Exactly.
Collect that working salary and continue your life.
But there was one downfall. So if you're a shaman, a healer, a salesman, this is one mistake that I made that I feel like I hope you guys don't make. So what I did was, the mistake I made was I would become social media friends with some of my clientele. And there was an energy of jealousy because, like, what I mean is, on my social media profiles, I would be traveling, I would be eating. And mind you, this is off of like...
Now, hold on. You doing hard posts or you posting on the story?
Both.
Oh.
Listen, I'm living it up.
Oh.
But they watching, but you could tell, like, how much money is this dude getting?
Right.
Like, why is it, like, he making all this off of weed?
Right.
So then,
they start leaving incriminating comments?
Well, no, not that, but where I'm from is a tough place. You could just tell, like, it was getting to a point where, like, I was riding around with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for protection, because you just felt like anything. Because in that game, people get robbed all the time. Like, my friend, he got robbed maybe like 3 or 4 times at gunpoint, and I never got robbed. So it's just like anything can happen. And, like, people just giving you weird energy. So what I would say is, don't give people access into your personal life. Like, don't become social media friends with them, because people, like, if they see you, doing this and doing that, they're going to start, looking at you a little different.
They're coming for the shaman's pockets.
Yeah, and I didn't want to have to, be in a situation where I had to defend myself, because, that would be a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
And, I didn't want that type of, like, energy.
Well, I'm glad you got your G League stint in without any...
No, it was a good experience. Like, I can always say I did it. I don't really have an interest of doing it again. Like, I mean, unless it's like, on a high level, like dispensary. But I feel like the way that's set up, like, you got to have, like, I mean, I can get it, like, millions of dollars to, like, invest in all that type of stuff. But, that's just a matter of time. But, like, it was a great experience. It was fun. Like, it's a fast life. Like, but it taught me a lot about life, too. Like, how people view you, like, when you have certain things and when you don't. Because now, like, I'm really on my grind, and it's just a different type of energy I receive. It's a good energy, but, like, when you have a lot, like, especially cash, man, the world is at your palms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it.
Well, I thank you for sharing that with us.
Listen, man, I got so many stories to tell, but that's just one.
Well, folks, if there's a shaman in your life, a healer in your life, just know that maybe all it took was just a little bit of power.
Hey.
And that put them in your life. So I think we all have to thank 50 Cent for putting together this show. God bless him.
Shout out to 50, get rich or die trying.
Yeah. This week on the bonus. Folks, please don't do whippets. Do heroin like real men. Yo, bread to meat ratio? But they put that in the article? Chill. And you're like, let's watch something as we fall asleep. I put on fucking wrestling. This is now a substance breakdown podcast. Watch the full episode by signing up for a membership at tmgstudios.tv.